I'll tell you what, guys, as soon as they start to lose their grip on me, as soon as I start to slip away a little bit, they just reach back out and sink their hooks into me and pull me closer, man. Every time I play Destiny, I go through phases where I'll grind the game out. Even if there's really nothing left to grind, I'll grind the game out day in and day out for months, where Destiny is the only game I play. When people talk about Destiny being an addiction, I completely see that. I can 100% attest to the fact that Destiny is an addictive game. It's addicting, and I'm sure there's some science behind it. I mean, they're not stupid over there at Bungie when it comes to making something addicting. And there's plenty of videos out there talking about people's experience and beating Destiny addiction and getting away from it. But many can say, you know, everything is good in moderation, and same can be said for Destiny. Well, for me, I have a hard time moderating myself on that. And sometimes Destiny just has a way with pushing me away just enough so I get away from the game for a little while. And that's what happened recently. For a little bit, I was playing Valheim, which became my next super time sinky game. I played that for a couple weeks, played Lethal Company for a little while with some friends, and Destiny had lost its grip on me. And I couldn't find myself wanting to get back on and play because there really wasn't anything for me to do. I was just like, what do I do now? The most I played was at the very end of Guardian Games, and I didn't even get my skimmer banned. I didn't even get the fucking skimmer. Shit. I tried. I really did. I thought I was doing everything right to get, you know, those packages that if you open 3 of them, then you got the skimmer, but I guess I was doing it wrong. Bungie, in the future, be a little more clear with how that works. Anyway, what I want to talk about today is how Destiny lost its grip on me for a little bit, but this Into the Light stuff, oh baby, oh man, it is just pulling me in. It's got me hook, line, and sinker. Fully, I'm bit past the hook. I'm hitting fishing line at this point. I'm trying to get to the bottom of the fishing pole. Like, they've got me good. I was a little skeptical when they announced Into the Light. I was like, oh great, it's just gonna be another rehashed content thing, you know, just a little something to tide us over. And to an extent, that's not wrong. It is a lot of rehashed content, I get that, but there is a lot of new here and a lot of reformatting and restructuring of things. It's like Taco Bell, right? Everything at Taco Bell, when you break it down, is the exact same thing, just in a different font. Like your burritos is literally another burrito. They just put a little cheese in that one. They put the cheese in the center instead of the outside, you know? Destiny does that. Destiny is Taco Bell when it comes to their content sometimes. But this Into the Light here is my beefy quesarito, man. It's looking really good. It is looking astoundingly good, as a matter of fact. The amount of content they're packing into this free update is huge. I don't think we've seen anything that is to this caliber since the April update in Destiny 1. You can compare by quantity between the April update and the Into the Light update here, and April update is going to clear it every time. I mean, that had multiple strikes, story missions, a bunch of new weapons, and reprised armor with new tweaks and stuff. But here, we're getting very close to that territory, and I've comprised a list of exactly what's coming for Into the Light, and I just read through this, man, and I am so stoked. I am so stoked. And starting in less than a week, in about 6 days, we're getting Into the Light, April 9th. So firstly, we have Onslaught, the Horde mode coming, which I'm stoked for. I already have a video out on that. When they first revealed it, I was extremely excited for that. I've been wanting a Horde mode in Destiny since God knows how long. It's Bungie, guys. They did Firefight, and I know how deeply Firefight drew me in. And Onslaught is, from the looks of it, on pace to do the same. Beyond that, we also have 0 Hour and the Whisper mission coming back with tweaks and little changes to keep them feeling a little fresh for those who are already masters of those 2 missions and could run them with their eyes closed. They've done some changes to kind of mix it up for those who have done it. I was not around during the 0 Hour and Whisper era. That was when I had taken my big break from Destiny, which was like a multi-month long break from D2 vanilla up until, I believe, after it was past Forsaken. I didn't come back until after Forsaken. So I missed out on that. So it's going to be new to me. I haven't really watched guides on it because I've never found a use to watch guides on it. With 0 Hour and Whisper, we're getting craftable versions of Outbreak Perfected and Whisper of the Worm, and also some reworked ships. With Outbreak Perfected, we've got some new perks that are being added onto it for the crafting. You can get Outlaw, Rapid Hit, Rewind Rounds, and Head Seeker. So you could just keep chaining those shots, ba 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 ba, over and over, man. You can just keep shooting that thing, or you can keep shooting, reload reload at utmost efficiency, you know, snappy with it. Whisper is getting mulligan, field prep, no distractions, and enlightened action. Field prep could be huge. Mulligan is going to be great for people who don't know how to hit their shots, like me. And with it, you're getting your barrels, mags, stocks, and, you know, the other things. With that, we're also getting 12 reprised weapons, including Recluse, Mountaintop, Hung Jury, Edge Transit, Falling Guillotine, Elsie's Rifle Succession, Midnight Coup, Luna's Howl Forbearance, you know, the raid grenade launcher, Hammerhead, and Blast Furnace, all with new perks, intrinsics, and the whole suite there. They also have limited edition variants of each weapon, kind of like Pokemon cards, where every so often you're going to get a very limited edition version of that weapon, which has a nice little shimmery gleam on it, a little sort of holographic look to it. That is only available during the period between the release of the weapon and the final shape's launch. So it gives you something to kind of grind for. And these are not craftable weapons. None of these 12 weapons that are coming back are craftable. They're all randomized rolls, which means let's get to grinding, baby. I love grinding like that. Crafting kind of ruined the whole weapon chase for me, but having a big ol' selection of weapons that are only able to be grinded for through playing a playlist over and over and over again, I'm all about it, baby. Next, we got superblack coming back. Oh, somebody in the back of the room is going, whoa! That person's me. Superblack OG, beautiful look. I know people are trying to, you know, mock up the superblack look already, you know, with some of the shaders in the game, doing a little piecing together there, but now we're getting the full superblack shader and it looks beautiful, baby. We're also getting 3 PvP maps coming out of Europa, Neomuna, and inside the pyramid ship. They're kind of based around 3v3 competitive modes, so the flow on them should be pretty tight. And let me just say, the pyramid ship map is looking beautiful, and it's coming on May 7th, not April 9th, May 7th. And a little something for the new lights, people who are kind of, you know, hesitant to jump into the game because they don't want to go through the whole beginning grind and have someone, you know, hold their hand through all like the boring stuff. Some sort of new light skip that allows you to bypass the whole A Guardian Rises quest mission, the beginner mission there, and lets you just select Arc, Solar, Void, one of the 3 starting light subclasses, and then just gives you all the stuff right then and there and gets you to, I believe, the powerful cap. So you're right up and ready to go. You're no crazy grinding through, you know, level 1600 and 1700. You're at 18, I believe 1810 or 1800 right off the grip, which is phenomenal for new players. If you want to get your friends on, no better time than now. Next, for anybody who has some embarrassing names like Vanguard Winner 26653 or something like that with a bunch of numbers, you want to have something OG. If you were like me and you created some cringe or nerdy, geeky, weird name back 10 years ago and didn't change it, now's your time. People change and names change and guardians change. You can change your Bungie name. You can also change the way your guardian looks. I don't believe you can change like the race of your character. So if you're awoken, you're staying awoken. If you're human, you stay human. If you're exo, you stay exo. You can just change some of like the face paint, the decals, the face shape and all that, which is very nice. I know I tried to be edgy with my exo a long time ago and it looks horrific. I cannot wait to get in there and change his face. We love to see it. And finally, the thing that came out of left field and socked me over the back of the head like a wiffle ball bat swinging at Mach 50 was this thing called the Pantheon. And if you don't know what a pantheon is a group of particularly respected, famous, or important people, or all the gods of a people or religion collectively. This is for raid bosses, dude. A raid boss gauntlet. What the fuck? How are they gonna do that? I'm pondering the way that they could do this. And is it going to be like an arena that has ever-changing, you know, aesthetic to kind of fit the raid mechanics for that boss? Are they going to be like literally just inside the raid boss's arena? Like, are we going to teleport from the King's Room in the King's Fall raid to Crota Zen's final Crota encounter, and then you jump through another portal and it takes you to Rulk, and once you finish that it goes to maybe even Callus? Who knows? I don't know how they're going to implement this, but it sounds phenomenal with increasing difficulty with each room. That sounds dope. It's going to be a weekly challenge, which allows you to get exotics you missed out on, adepts, and emblems from previous raids. And this makes me think that there's also the possibility of them bringing back old ships and old shaders. More specifically, I'm a big shader geek. I love collecting every shader I possibly can. And there's a lot of those Leviathan shaders that you can't really obtain anymore. But now maybe this is our way to do it. And the Pantheon is coming on April 30th. So a good 20 or so days after Into the Light drops. But let me just emphasize one final thing here. This whole thing, this massive update is FREE. That spells free. Wow. And this whole list of things is exactly why Destiny just sunk its hooks back into me. It's pulling me back in. Me and Destiny, we get in a little argument, you know, some hateful words and phrases are slung at each other, and we're like, I'm done with you. Destiny, you're not my best friend anymore. Valheim is, Halo is. And then I'll be laying there at 3 a.m. and then I get that text, Destiny, Bungie hits me up. Hey, you up? I'm like, shit, maybe. And they're like, I'm sorry for what I said. Let's go out to a 5-star restaurant. And I'm like, ooh, my favorite? And they're like, your favorite. And then it's back on, baby. It's back on. That's me and Destiny's relationship. Anyways, guys, I want to know what you guys think of all this stuff. Does it sound absolutely too good to be true? Or is it something that, despite all of the things that are being added, are you still feeling a little underwhelmed about it? Which could be understandable. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? If you like this, leave a like. Subscribe if you wish. It's not mandatory, but it's always appreciated. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Take care. Deuces.